Can we build a reasonably priced Restomod? Today, we're gonna find out.
Restomods are nothing new. Singer have been doing it for years, transforming classic Porsches into modern rolling works of art. Others have tried it too, Alfaholics with various classic Alfa Romeos, and more recently Kimera with the Evo 37. But each of these cars cost hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of pounds, and that got me thinking. As I own a couple of reasonably priced cars, the ex-Top Gear Kia C''D and Jeremy Clarkson's Alfa from the £1,000 challenge, I wondered if I could build a reasonably priced Restomod. To find out, I bought this.
A Renault Twingo Phase 1. It's got a 1.2 litre naturally aspirated engine, and that's about it really. It's green, as you can see, 2 shades of green, and I paid just €300 for this car. Mainly because it's not on the road, as you can see, it's not registered. I've no idea when it was last on the road. It's also got no service history whatsoever. And so the first thing we've got to do is get it to a garage, get it roadworthy, get a TÜV, as we call it in Germany, find out what's wrong with it, and then get it back on the road, and then we can start modifying it. So let's go.
Cedric and I then loaded the car onto a trailer, strapped it down, not particularly well, and hit the road. But before we go any further, let me explain what a TÜV is here in Germany. It stands for that, and it's a test that's required after 3 years for a brand new car and every 2 years thereafter. And in short, it's a test to ensure the car is roadworthy, a bit like an MOT in the UK. Now, as I said, I do not know when this car was last on the road, so who knows what we might find. Or maybe like the Top Gear Alfa, I'll get lucky and it won't need much at all. Worst case, the car is a complete write-off, and my €300 goes in the bin, and that's already the end of this series. Let's see, fingers crossed. After approximately half an hour, we arrived at the garage. The Twingo looked mainly intact, so we then unloaded it from the trailer and drove it inside the test centre. The first thing to be tested was the brakes, and whilst they didn't generate much force or resistance, as this is only a little featherweight car, they were at least even left to right, and so they passed this rolling road test. Fantastic. The next thing to be checked was the exhaust emissions, and as this car basically doesn't have an engine, it passed that too, with flying colours. The lights were then checked, while Cedric tested out the brake roller, and then we continued on. It was then time to get the car up in the air and check it underneath, and this is where we're most likely to find issues on this 28-year-old car. These cars are usually just workhorse daily drivers and not that well cared for, but I must say I was pleasantly surprised how clean, original and rust-free it was, compared to, let's say, my Alfa Romeo, and so I was feeling quietly confident about the overall test results.
Bad news, it's failed. But actually, it's not really bad news at all. Considering the car came with no history and I have no idea when it was last on the road, the fact that it's failed on just one little patch of rust on the underside of the car that they've agreed to fix for just €100, I think is a bit of a bargain. I paid €300 for the car in total. As I said, no service history, no paperwork, massive gamble, could have had a load of problems with it. Now, thankfully, it only needs that little rust repair doing, and what they've agreed is if I leave the car here with them whilst they do the work over the next couple of days, they've given me the papers to say that it's passed, so I can now go and register the car, which means when I come back, I can drive it home rather than it being on a trailer. Quite excited. That means we can then dive in and get into the modifications. Anyway, that brings me to the end of this first little video. There's going to be loads more episodes on this car, so if you've enjoyed it, please hit subscribe. If you've liked the video, please give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.